Serious, how has the mental health system failed you? I am autistic. And I don't know how to convince the general public of this. But the people who work in the Washington state government as aides to those with autism are 100% a scam. They will talk you up and have you sign a lot of papers. And never provide a shred of real help. And every person you have assigned as an advocate will be promoted up a ladder every 2 months or so, and the next will have no idea what's going on or what they're doing. And will soon be promoted. It's really hard to let go because of course you need help. But it's simply a scam to take tax money and talk a big game. The mental health system has failed many people in a variety of ways. One of the main issues is that there is often a lack of access to mental health services, especially in low-income and underserved communities. This can make it difficult for people who need help to get the care they need. Additionally, there is a stigma surrounding mental health that can prevent people from seeking treatment. The mental health system is also often underfunded, which can lead to inadequate services and long wait times for treatment. Finally, the system is not always effective in helping people with mental health issues, which can be frustrating and disheartening for those who are trying to get better.
I am 43, am autistic and have ADHD,
chronic depression, and generalized anxiety disorder. I have struggled with CPTSD my entire life from childhood trauma, and all those aspects of my mental health struggles that could be worked on are still waiting for help beyond yet another diagnosis. I have paid for therapy and psychiatry out of pocket tens of thousands of dollars for more than a decade. And most days I feel I have nothing to show for it. The mental health system failed me because I'm still struggling as much if not worse than when I was younger. People who decided to quit their job before finding a better one. How did it work out for you? It worked out well. Only because I was getting so poorly paid and was so overqualified that moving from a research scientist in a university lab at a university in one city to a city with lots of possible job options could not have backfired. As it was, I took a professional step down to technician and ended up doubling my pay. Within 6 months at the new job, they realized how completely overqualified and talented I was and moved me into a better position that was essentially a tripling of the original pay. Gamble paid off. It was either stay, get spoken to treated like, which potentially could have resulted in me knocking the manager up. He called me bluff. Stuck his chest out chin up, so I stepped up boss stepped in front of me, who was a good bloke, to calm me down. He knew the manager I didn't see eye to eye. Or, for my own sanity I resigned there on the spot. Told the manager how much of an arrogant he was that's the reason he goes through so much staff. Told the boss what the manager gets up to when he's not around how no one has the to say anything. Grabbed my gear. My pay for the week haven't been back since. Got a job a week or two later driving trucks. It's been doing wonders for my mental and physical health. I'm currently looking for a job, but I have plenty of money saved up. I was a supervisor in a previous position and I basically had zero work-life balance and a direct report that was good at their job but very unreasonable at certain other aspects and quite honestly blatantly lied to me about certain things. Between that, always being at work even if I wasn't physically there, and not liking where some things were headed, I had to bail. How do I get him back? Move on. This wasn't randomly. Why? We were fighting lots and quat. No one wants to be in a relationship that is full of constant conflict. He isn't interested in having an exit interview for closure and quat. He wants to be left alone. You're trying to push for a relationship and you're not compatible as a couple. The relationship needs to work for both and he doesn't see you as a compatible partner. Your best option is just to move on. Don't know if you can get him back. But you should just be honest about where you guys are. You say you guys started fighting recently over small things. So either something changed and you need to understand what and why. Or things were wavering for one or both of you and it's now blowing up. Let him know you realize things have been, lately, why you think that is, and what you think can be done to get you back on track. But also let him know you respect his right to walk away and you won't hound him anymore after this. Then leave him alone and see what happens. If you create more of a headache than happiness, the only logical thing to do is to break up. It's not his responsibility to bring you closure. So if it never happens, don't be surprised. Give meditation a try. Refocus on yourself first before you make a decision. Meditation will help you see things from a better perspective. I tried this technique where I would pump myself with so many positive energies that there wasn't any room left for negative ones. Let me know if you need any help learning on how to do the meditation. Send me a DM or something. You can only express how you feel. I recommend not keeping anything for a better closure. There is nothing you can say that will convince him. But telling him how you feel will set you free from a heavy burden. And you must recognize that whatever you say is more for yourself rather than convince him. If he wants to get back, he will. You've started to date the girl of your dreams and she's on the fence about wanting to be married and have kids in the future. People change surprisingly easy. Don't think any more of it. You're the one with the problems here, to be honest. You've just started dating this girl and you're already thinking about marrying and having children with her. You're gonna be a broken record about this, and when she dumps you're sorry you'll come here and whine about how women are frigid. How the media changed their goals in life and all the other sad bullshit you hear these days. I'd tell her that marriage and children are very important to me. It's ultimately fine if it's not for her. But I'd very much like to know sooner rather than later. Because it would mean that we are not exactly compatible with one another. It depends on what intentions the both of us have. I honestly don't care too much about having children. It would be nice, but I'm not losing sleep over it. But marriage is kind of one of those things we need to pin down because of all of the consequences, both good and bad, that come from it. I'll talk about it with her a few more times as months go on, but if she and I aren't or can't get on the same page as to how we want to proceed, then things may end there or my mindset will change. Enjoy the moment. There is no way of telling what the future holds or how opinions and feelings may change. If you're with the girl of your dreams now, then focus on now. Don't miss what's right in front of you, focusing on a future that is unwritten. Find out which side of the fence she is on as soon as possible. Because if she doesn't want marriage and kids, she really isn't the girl of your dreams. You have to be on the same path for it to work out. I would probably break up because when I was dating I knew I wanted kids and marriage. Indecisiveness usually leads to just agreeing with the person that feels strongly one way. Or stringing them along with hope. And I wanted to avoid that and the resentment it creates.